my name is Charisse, and I'm going to start reading messages from Jesus through his prophet Mandi at Seek Heavenly Things. And I'm going to start with part 1. There's multiple parts to these, and I just firmly believe that Jesus is speaking, and he's been speaking this entire time, and I believe these are his words, and yeah, I just believe without a doubt. And I claim that Jesus Christ is God. He came in the flesh, who bled and died on a cross and rose on the third day. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on part 1, 6/9/2025, part 1. God's physical calendar is 5/1 and God's spiritual calendar is 9/1. From Jesus just now answering a comment, he told me to stir the pot and wake up his children. It is time to spoil the enemy's plans. Okay, 6/9/2025. It's time to break the bonds and the chains of the false father who is tricking God's people. It goes back to the title and labeling yourself as Christian. You are going to see a mystery here soon, how it was set up in the bylaws for the devil to mock the Holy Spirit. When you label yourself as a Christian, you are opening the door to the false father. Because Christianity, the label of it, by identifying yourself, taking the name as a Christian, is putting yourself in a religious state based on where this label comes from. God is not religious. He is spiritual, and this is written in the bylaws from the very beginning as a mockery name of allowing the devil to put his people under that form of religion based on religious beliefs, not spiritual. And it's bringing in the religious spirit through the cultic movement, which in terms is the false father mimicking the Holy Spirit, leading God's people into condemnation and wrath, keeping them in guilt and condemnation, making them trapped under the curse by the laws which were mocked from the original 10 guidelines. And you can read them in the Remembrance book of the ancient grandmothers. This is the biggest movement from the devil, and this is why the religious spirit is rampant in the churches. God is about to break the chains off his people who mocked the original followers of Jesus. God said, do your research and see where it comes from. The name, the Christian label. Christianity explanation. Christian movement came from a cultic environment of mocking the real Jesus followers, showing everyone the true way. So they gave them that name to mock them, and that name became the way for Christians to associate with one another, putting them under the false father's curse of laws, while stamping the religious movement into position, keeping people under the bondage of slavery. Everyone has fell for this, including me. I just found out yesterday, but it makes so much sense if you think about it. Jesus isn't religious. God's 10 commandments were wrapped in a curse. Why? Why would God put a curse on his people? Why would he sacrifice animals when he loves all of his creations? Think about it. 6/8/2025. Your Father has allowed all of these mistranslations, just like he's allowed his original guidelines to be put up as the 10 commandments, to be God's laws. Because I am the creator of heaven and earth, they are my laws because I have allowed these laws to be wrapped around with a curse. But these laws are not my true intention for you. And that is why I had my son die in the flesh for you all to break the curse of the law. And now you are going to recognize my true character. 6/8/2025. Yes, my word is true, even the one that has been corrupted by man, because every single thing has been my design, even the laws that were corrupted, that were my original guidelines that turned into the 10 commandments. Those are still my laws because I am in control of everything. You see, the devil cannot do anything without my permission, and it was all set up from the very beginning. So I left my people breadcrumbs to find me because I knew that my true character was going to be demolished and slandered. Malachi 3:16 is one of my breadcrumbs. Remembrance of the ancient great-grandmother, and there's like a YouTube link if you want to listen to that to that book. And that will be on Mandy's community post, and I'll post it on mine as well on YouTube. Okay. Then spake they that feared the Lord, every one to his neighbor, and the Lord hearkened and heard it, and a book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared the Lord, and that thought upon his name. And that's Malachi 3:16, the Geneva version. 10 Guidelines, Chapter 3, the remembrance of our ancient grandmothers. 1. Love Ananoki said with all your heart, all in all your mind, and with all your power. Power comes from all of your holy relationships, which is your spirit of life, unconditional love, never varying away from its gracious nature. 2. You are to always walk in the holiness of the sanctity of marriage and to anticipate it from your childhood. Anticipate means for you to be pure in heart and chaste from your childhood, and waiting for your rightful spouse and saving yourself solely for them and from all others. 3. You are to follow no other example in religion, but the loving kindness of Enoch said, and that which was established by the righteous with him during the first great sevening. 4. Each person is to love their fellow and deem them equal to themselves. 5. You are to respect and love your children and protect them from evil and diligently teach them the ways of holiness. 6. You are to purify yourselves by sevenths in all things. 7. You are to respect the Creator Matzah the Lamb, who is himself the living water that issues forth to follow each person that finds breath and not lay claim to that which he has made for other persons. 8. You are to respect all life and guard with diligence all the lives of those who are the objects of creation, and of course all human beings, whether they be friend or foe, holy or evil, powerful or weak, are in fact all the objects of creation, simply by being created as a children of Enoch said. 9. You are to seek no other authority other than the authority of Elda, which brings a response from the Irkochoi, who are the holy watchers of heaven. 10. You are to bear up under the burden of oppression without violence. Stick around for part 2. Alright, so that's it for this video, and I'll be making another one for part 2.